Hi, welcome back to the Holistic Revolution, the Revolution Approved podcast. I'm Jen.
I am Ken.
I'm the wife.
I'm the man, the husband, if you will.
Yeah, I'd rather. Welcome back. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. If you're new, welcome.
Yes, and if you are new, if you do us a favor and like and subscribe at the bottom of the YouTube page, is that how that works? I'm not sure. I'm not really computer savvy. So just hit the subscribe button and like this podcast. We would greatly appreciate it.
By doing so, all you are doing is helping other YouTubers find our channel, helping the discussion continue, helping to push this page to the top of the algorithm.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sweet. Today we are going to talk about a sticky subject, maybe a little bit. This one could get a little bit hairy, like they all do, because we just seem to attract controversy wherever we go. But we're going to talk today about, how do I want to put it, being positive?
Positivity.
Positivity. Positivity in the gym. I think that...
Positivity in life, period.
Okay. Either way.
In
Yeah,
life.
it can't be, does you no good to be...
Everything that happens in the gym should translate into life anyways, right? So
Yeah, it should benefit. That's true. So it does you no good to be sweet inside the gym and then act like a jerk at the grocery store. So with that being said, I think that we have to look first at the whys. So like what we would say core values.
Okay.
The why people are behaving or why they're making the decisions that they're making, right? So a lot of people, at least that we consult with on a daily basis, have no idea what we're talking about when we say core values. So
Sure. So let's define what are core values.
Core values would be the compass that you use to
Get through life.
get through your decision. Yeah, that's good. Through your decision making process. So
I.e.
i.e. what?
What does that mean?
It means
Example.
Well, it means that okay. I posted a thing. I'll get to answering your question. I know. Oh my God. But last week I posted a thing on Facebook about putting out a calendar and writing out when you're gonna sleep, when you're gonna eat, when you're gonna play with your kids if you have kids, when you're gonna do fun things for yourself, when you're gonna train, so on and so forth, and then creating your schedule around those things.
Okay.
So core values to me would be the rubric or the path that you use to make decisions that are going to be beneficial to you. So say, what are my core values around sleep? Okay, my core values around sleep are I need to go to bed at 9 o'clock. I need to wake up because I got to get up super early to be here to train people, so I need to go to bed at X.
Okay.
The room needs to be this way. This is all the things that go in line with that.
Okay, so your core values, back to definition,
Sure.
is what? Your core values are what you put in importance order.
Yes.
Order of importance.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
your core values for sleeping are setting up your room so that you get quality sleep,
Yes.
going to bed at 9 o'clock so you
Yes.
get enough hours. Okay, those are your sleeping core values.
Because if you violate your core values, you'll have a less than optimal result. So you can go against yourself, right? So like an easier example would be, I might have a core value of paying my rent. Okay, that's a big core value.
Okay.
But then how do I pay my rent? Well, I fashion myself an environmentalist, but I work for an oil company. I'm having a core value. I'm having a core values issue because I'm working for someone who pollutes the environment, but I'm taking money from them.
Okay.
So you gotta weigh them out, right?
Okay.
And they're sticky, and nobody thinks about these things. But this is why we get into problems where you can, and we've seen it, and you've seen it now, being in here. You can work out until the literal cows come home. Wherever you're at, if you have cows around you, till they come out and come back home.
Literal.
And get nowhere because everything else that you're doing is not in line with your
Correct. So
stated goal.
Your order of importance is now skewed.
Correct.
So you can say, well, I just want to get in really, really, really good shape, but I'm not willing to maybe eat right, or maybe I'm not willing to not drink a bottle of wine a night.
Yeah, sure. What are your
Or-
What are your values around food?
Right. So maybe my food is right, my training is right, but I'm not willing to get enough sleep. I'm not willing to go to bed early.
Right. So here's an interesting
Right.
example. I had a conversation with a client the other day, and different people are at different rungs of the ladder where you meet them at. This woman, who we won't mention the name, came to me and said, "Hey, I got a question. Should I, if I have a choice, if I'm hungry, and I have a choice between a suboptimal choice for food and not eating, what should I do?" Okay? And I said, if it was me and the way that I view the world, my choice would be to wait till I got an optimal choice.
Okay.
Because I understand what it's like to eat suboptimally and how
Okay.
that makes me feel. So
Okay.
I'm trying to avoid that. So therefore, the correct answer would be wait. Now that doesn't mean wait 12 hours.
Okay.
But if your choice is a McChicken or some nuggets and fry or nothing, depending upon where you're at in your journey, you might pick nothing. You know, a lot of vegans and vegetarians run into this problem.
Sure.
Do you not eat or do you eat the meat? Well, if your core values are strong enough, you don't eat.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't
That's
mean that
true.
you buzzkill everyone around you and drain the crap out of them and
Make their lives
yeah,
miserable.
and
because
lecture
they
them
choose
about
to eat.
eating meat, but you just don't do it. So I think
That's a very good, I think, relatable example.
Well, thank you. I worked really hard on it. Actually, I didn't work hard on it at all. Someone said it to me. But anyway, I think that is the key. So when we're talking about positive, negative in the gym, okay, it can be summed up by saying you're not going to get anything positive out of approaching things negatively.
Correct.
Could you say that? Okay, so
Absolutely, you could say that.
the winner of the Arnold Strongman was this past weekend. The mountain from Iceland. He did his
Yes.
thing, deadlifted 1,045. All the guys who were there,
That's awesome.
they did phenomenal. Every single one of them is tremendously strong humans, right? Okay?
Yes.
When they did the deadlifting competition, none of them walked up to the bar going, "Oh God, I don't know." None of them walked up to it with negative thoughts in their mind. And if they had a negative thought in their mind, because obviously we're not psychic,
Right.
we can't read thoughts, but if they had the negative thought in their mind about, "Oh, this might be heavy," they didn't pick it up.
Well, guess what? If you think it's gonna be heavy, it's
It'll
gonna be heavy.
It'll be heavy,
But
yes.
here's the other thing you noticed. At least I noticed. Hopefully you noticed it, and hopefully everybody else noticed it. When somebody lifted the weight, or completed a task, or lifted a stone, whatever was happening, okay? And not just in Strongman, in any of the events you could have watched during Arnold Weekend, and I hope you did. Super awesome. It's even better if you were there in person. Good on you. But if somebody completed their lift, I did not see not one person in the corner going, "Screw that, that's bullshit, I can do that."
They were all positive.
Everybody
They were
was
all-
positive.
they were all very supportive.
Everybody was supportive. Everybody was super stoked because let's face it, you put in the work,
So-
you want to see people succeed. And if you're right with your own core values, you don't care what everybody else is doing. And I don't mean you don't care like, I don't give a crap if they picked it up or not.
You can say
I mean, you don't care if they lifted more weight than you because it's still freaking impressive.
Sure.
And it's still super motivating and it's still awesome.
Sure.
So good for them.
Yeah, the strong man and strongman and powerlifting were two great examples of sportsmanship.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you know, we make fun of that in the
Strength sports are probably the best.
Yeah,
for it.
we make fun of that in the United States. Like it's good to be a poor sport and whine and cry and blah blah
don't
blah
think
blah
it
blah.
is.
Well, I mean,
And hopefully
people
we
who
don't
do that
teach
aren't
our children that.
Yeah, but people who don't, who there's seemingly no punishment for
Well-
for athletes that act that way. So to see someone go out of their way and be appreciative of another person's contributions to the sport. What I was gonna is great. What I was gonna say was that the first guy opened with 800 on a deadlift. He did it. Okay, that let everybody else know that was in that competition that 800 is possible. Then they got to 9.
Yep.
900 possible, 950 possible, 975 possible, 1,000 pounds. There was what, 2 or 3 guys that did over 1,000
Yes.
pounds on the deadlift? Okay, so now 1,000 pounds is possible, right?
Yeah.
It reminds me of how, to change gears totally, but Roger Bannister, the first guy to run under a 4-minute mile, nobody could break 4 minutes. Then this guy breaks 4 minutes, and all of a sudden 15 people 3 months later break
Yeah.
under 4 minutes. So
And why? Because they didn't hate on him over in the corner.
they said, it's possible.
They went, holy crap!
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yep.
If he could do it, I could do it.
Yep.
I just have to work really hard. I just have to do what he's doing.
Yep.
Let's find out what he's doing.
What he's doing.
That's amazing.
As,
Instead of standing in the back going, he thinks he's so sweet.
as the late great
Don't do that.
Yes, as the late great Charles Poliquin would say, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. What's other people doing? We don't need to rewrite the wheel,
Okay,
right?
true.
So it's like everybody that has come before us in here in the gym in our lives has left us. Like, I don't need to rewrite the wheel about the reverse hyper, which this camera is sitting on. I just go to the books that Louis Simmons wrote about the reverse hyper, and I go, oh, well, here's the guy who's elite in every weight class possible, plus has the strongest gym in the world. Okay, well, what do they say about the reverse hyper?
They all use it.
They all use it, right?
Let's buy
Let's
one.
buy one, right? Exactly.
Get it.
Yes, exactly. So I think that to flip it for a second, the negative, like stinking thinking,
Yeah.
right, will trample your efforts, grind your progress
Yeah.
to a halt inside of here, and eat you up or eat people up to the point where they're right out the door.
The only one it's affecting is you.
Is you.
Well, and unfortunately, if you're that vocal about it, which
Everybody else in the gym.
everybody else now has to deal with it.
Yes.
Everybody else now gets brought down. You know, in our facility, we like to make sure that everybody's bringing each other up. We want it to be motivating. We want it to be exciting. We want everybody to be happy for each other, because why not?
Yes.
Why would you not want this guy
Yes.
or this guy to be successful? Why do you
Well-
want to be surrounded by all these failures? I don't know about you or you, but I want to be around winners.
Sure. Well, it's a thing.
Because you know what? Because eventually that means I'm going to be a winner.
Yes,
And that's what I want.
Yeah, it's a thing where the positive pushing shows everybody that, like I just said earlier, things are possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you say that, oh, okay, well, if so and so can do it, then I can do it. And then everyone is here to support each other.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, it's a very supportive environment. I hearken back to the times when I trained early in my career with my dad, and it was a case of the old man not wanting to get beat by the old lion not wanting to get beat by the young lion, and the young lion trying to take the old lion out, and it pushed both of us to heights that were ridiculous
Yeah.
because of that positive pushing. Okay, he put a plate on there. Okay, I got to put a plate. Okay, he's lifting 60s. I got to grab 65s. The pushing positively
Yeah.
in a positive environment took us to ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. I think that people get too in their own head. They don't have properly defined values, to go back to the beginning. So what are they looking for when they say that I want, like the ones that we hear, I want to lose weight, I want to lose body fat, I want to do this, I want to do that. Okay, that's great, but then how are you taking into account all the things that I talked about earlier? When you're going to sleep, when you're going to eat, when you're going to
Okay.
rest, when you're going to play with your kids, all that. How are you going to take that with what you have and make a plan out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have $20 in my pocket, but if you want a sweater that's $40 from Target, we're not getting the sweater.
Right.
So what
Yeah.
am I going to do with what I have to work with while maintaining positive momentum?
Okay.
That's what it means to me. And I think that people get too in their own head and too behind, and they're too looking around. The culture of today is ridiculous. This Instagram crap and people taking pictures and posting selfies. No champions are doing that, by the way. Nobody does it. They'll wait. Do that after your workout. This whole look at me, look
Yeah.
at me, look at me thing, 24 hours a day, that has led to this. So people get a false sense of what is actually really going on.
Yeah.
And that leads to, again, more, as I have stated in previous videos, the fitness and nutrition industry is built on buzz killing. It's built on making you feel like shit. It's built on
Well-
nonsense. So it's par for the course.
And in this day and age, I mean, if we're being completely honest with ourselves, I think core values are kind of maybe not as prevalent as they should be. Maybe most people, you know, depending on how you're raised, and I don't want to go there because I don't know, but you know, maybe you just really don't know what your core values are. Maybe you're not real sure. Maybe everything you know about being an adult came from social media, or what you've read, or what you see on, you know, online, and you don't really have anybody in your corner pumping you up or pumping you along or telling you, you know,
That's true.
how to be positive.
No,
Because,
that's true.
I mean, ultimately, and we teach our kids this, we try to teach our kids this at least, is, you know, being a good sport, being happy for other people, being happy for each other, pumping each other up. You know, they run in a turkey trot at school every year, and one of their buddies is, you know, one of their good friends, wins every year. And, you know, the first couple of years, they were kind of like down on it, like, oh, I really wanted to win. Oh man, that kind of just really stinks. He won it again. That's not fair. And I think through our own beliefs and our own core values, we have taught them now that, you know, if and when this kid does win, they're now excited for him. Like, good for you. That was really great effort. That was
Yeah.
awesome. You legitimately won. That was great. And I hope that they can take that into adulthood, and I would hope that most adults
Yeah,
can
because-
take that into adulthood, which unfortunately we're
Because-
seeing that a lot of them can't, but I would hope that you can.
Yeah, because they understand through us helping them that they put in a quality effort, and their quality effort was enough for them. So,
Right.
as Louis Simmons says, the first PR to break is the personal PR. Stop freaking worrying about what everybody else is doing,
Yeah.
and only look to people who are better than you. Who cares about people who are behind you, right? You only look up,
Right.
right? So that again,
The old adage of the windshield in your car is a lot bigger than
then
the
the
rear
rear
view
view,
mirror.
yes, exactly. So these are just things that I think they're understated, obviously, because we're the only ones talking about them. But they're super important because
Yeah.
people get down on themselves for things that they don't need to be. It creates
Yeah.
needless amount of stress.
Start being more positive.
Yeah.
Be more happy,
Look
excited.
look at what you have. We talked about this the other night. I think that starting with that, looking at what you have from a positive perspective, if there's one thing that America is sorely lacking in 2019, it's gratitude.
Yes.
So being ungrateful, not thinking that what you have is always suboptimal, or you're
Yeah.
not.
It's never enough.
It's never enough, this whole thing. And again, we live in a consumerist society, so it's more. The whole entire thing's a work.
Yeah.
Instagram, people are putting it out there that you need this and you need that. You need,
Yeah.
you know, you can get really, again, Louis was a national champion with a power rack in his garage.
Yeah.
Okay, so all the stuff you see behind us, that's gravy. That's icing on
Yeah.
the cake.
Yeah.
Is it great to have? Yes, we're very lucky. We're very grateful to have the opportunity to have it,
Yes.
and to help people with it. But do you absolutely need it? No.
No.
Many champions have come before you from way more austere conditions and been super successful. So a sense of gratitude, a sense of, hey, waking up in the morning, I woke up.
Yeah, right off the bat.
I'm in America.
Oh, I woke up today.
I woke up, right?
A lot of people didn't.
A lot of, yes.
Newsflash.
I have access to clean water. We have access to super clean water in here. We got the Berkey.
Yeah.
We have access to
you
clean
get to
water.
drink clean water.
We got a place to train. We have,
You know what? Even before that, you probably woke up in a bed. How many people don't have beds?
Yeah, so-
you probably have heat in your house. It's
Yeah.
really cold outside.
Yeah.
That you should be grateful for that.
So-
Maybe you had some clean clothes to put on. Maybe you got to take a nice warm shower.
Yeah, so these things, although they sound trivial, when you really sit back and
They're
think
not.
about it,
Look
they're-
around the world for 2 seconds.
they're not, and they're super, and they can be, like, at least for myself personally, they're motivating. I wake up and I go, I have people to help.
Yep.
I have clients to train. I've got this facility. We've got tremendous opportunities. So that is motivating. And I think you got to sit back and you got to go back to the drawing board and maybe, like how we do, you meditate on it. Maybe you just sit down and write it in a journal. Maybe you think about it on your car ride home, stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
At the job.
Turn the noise down.
Yeah,
turn the
noise
radio down.
So
Maybe
when you-
turn the podcast down. Turn the book on tape down a little bit.
Yeah, and
Maybe
think
just
about
listen.
those
Maybe
things.
listen. Maybe listen to what's going on in here instead. Maybe listen in here a little bit too.
Yeah, and think about those things. So maybe instead of saying, hey, I'm stuck in this traffic jam going to this job I hate, and then coming in and bitching about the job and this and that and the other, why don't we say, okay, well, there's plenty of, and again, this always comes off and is always taken the wrong way. But like I put in that post on Facebook, there's plenty of ways to make money. Okay? So are you gonna sit here and pine and about everything?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna sit back, create a plan, execute it, and then live, or try to the best of your abilities, live your best life?
Right.
All right? Because there's only so long that people will listen to you complain before they go, well, you're not really doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Right? And how many
Yeah.
clients have you known over our history that have been in one position, and then as they grew through training, well, training was a piece of it, as they grew through coaching and training and building more self-confidence and building more self-efficacy
And growing within themselves,
and growing
yeah.
within themselves, they finally said, you know what? Screw it, I'm opening my own business.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Screw it, I'm gonna go back to school. Or screw it, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be a YouTuber.
You only get one life, right?
Whatever, right? You know?
Everybody wants to wait until retirement, or I gotta wait until get till Friday, or as soon as the weather's warm, I can do it when the weather's warm,
Sure.
or as soon as it's summer, as soon as it's whatever. That day might not come.
Yes, you don't have that. You only have right now.
Find your inside, like, it just kills me.
Yeah.
It just you only have this one life. Why are you making yourself and your life miserable? Be happy. Find the things. Maybe it's the fact that I don't know. Find it.
Yeah, well,
I don't even know.
It is difficult. Again, why is it difficult? Now we came to our worldview through a series of pretty hardcore challenges. So you kind of got to hit the
bottom.
You got to hit the bottom. Yeah, you got to hit the bottom.
Bounced off of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you got to hit the absolute bottom.
Yeah.
To where you could finally say, well, there's only up to go, right? You could only go up from the
Yeah.
bottom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think it doesn't need to get to that position. I think that whatever people out there or clients in here are experiencing, not to be, it sounds silly because, like, for instance, gratitude can work both ways, okay? So I would say, and I've always been leery of it, like people say, well, just be grateful to have a job. Just be grateful to have, as a way to explain a shitty situation.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I hate my job,
Yeah.
but at least I got a job.
at least I got a job. And it's like, okay, well, that's like saying, well, I didn't get punched in the face, I only got kicked in the ass, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, and it didn't hurt that bad. That, I think, sets people up for kind of,
Delusional thinking.
you're giving away a piece of yourself, as we say in here, and
Yeah.
again, it's very controversial. Children say have to, adults say choose to.
Mm-hmm.
So every single decision that you make and every single situation that you find yourself in on a daily basis is of your choosing. So no one is forcing you to go to a job you hate. No one's forcing you to go to the gym. No one's forcing you to order a big freaking Baconator from Wendy's. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You are doing it of your own free will.
Yes.
For the most part. Now, I'm sure
Yes.
someone will say in the comments, they'll unicorn me about a situation where someone didn't have free will. But
Yeah.
for the most part, okay, it is of your choosing. So how are you going to start the ball rolling? How are you going to wake up positive? Is it meditate? I'm a huge fan of meditating.
I like journaling.
You like journaling, okay? What are you going to do? Okay? Surround yourself with positive people. And when you surround yourself with positive people, and then someone who is less than positive, we'll say, comes into the mix, you will immediately feel it.
Yeah, oh,
You will
sure.
feel the drain. You'll feel it, and then people will look around. You're like, I'm sure some of you out there have been in a room and said, "What the hell was that guy's problem?"
Yeah,
When he left, right? Now you didn't talk to him. He didn't
Yeah.
say a word, but you went, "Well, that guy was kind of
yeah.
weird, or kind of down, or he looked pissed off, or whatever."
Yeah, and you didn't like the way that left you feeling. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to come into a room and leave and be the reason that everybody in the room is going,
Yes.
what the huh?
Yeah. So to tie
What happened?
Yeah. So to tie it back into gym things, you can only do the best that you can do every day. It's the best that you can do. So on some days you're going to break records. Yes. On some days, are you not? Yes, because every day is different.
Every day is different.
So-
And again, we've said this numerous times. Every individual is different. So your best might not be as good as somebody else's, but it can be.
Yes, and it's
if you stay positive.
and it's a culmination of best efforts. Like in here, anybody can have a sweet hand one day. Anybody can have a sweet hand 1 week.
Sure.
Maybe even a month, right? They got a month, right, where they just put everything fell into place perfectly, all the stars aligned, right? But as we say in here, this is a multi-year training system. So it's not one day, it's not 1 week, it's not 1 month, it's not 1 year.
Right.
This is multi-year. I'm going on my 20-something year of training. Okay, it's multi-year. Okay, so you have to keep moving forward. You have to look at things for what they are, and you have to set up a system and a plan you're going to be able to execute, so that way you can be your best self. Does that make sense?
I think even more so, you have to find it within yourself. You have to decide what is your goal, what makes you happy, because no amount of training or coaching or therapy or whatever is going to give that to you. Nothing and nobody is going to teach you how to be happy, because that is your own decision. That is your own thing.
Yeah, you have free will. It's up to you.
You have to decide.
If you want to be pissed off, you can be pissed off. If you want to be happy, you can be happy. You just have to set it up. And if you want to come in and train hard, and you recognize that it's time to train hard, you can train hard. If you want to come in and you say, hey, you know what? I need to take it a little easy today. I didn't get that much sleep. I was on the phone. Work was hard. Okay, then you take it a little easy. Now, if that starts to become 4 days out of your week, every week is take it easy, then you gotta look at the things outside the gym, because the gym is only 45 minutes to an hour of your day.
Yeah.
If you train 4 times a week, that's like less than 3% of your total week. So we're not spending. This is the constant. Life's the variable.
Yeah.
Okay. So set a system up and set a plan up to where you're going to be successful.
Successful.
And so to finish up, we didn't tell anybody to quit their job. We didn't tell anybody to do anything like that. Do the best you can with what you have, and set your stuff up. If you're find that you're in a job that's miserable, or you're in a situation that's miserable, and all you're doing is just accumulating more things, well, you need to look at it. You need to look at it, because the Egyptians, shout out to Egypt, did us a real solid and proved that you're not taking shit with you when you die anyway. So who gives a shit? Yeah. So do the best you can with what you have, and continually try to move forward and stay positive, and really look at your surroundings. Who you're around, and how do they make you feel, and what are you really trying to do with your life?
Okay.
That's heavy, man. We kept it heavy today. All right, that was good, but I think it needs to be said, because we're in Michigan. It's March. It's cold again. It's like 10 degrees outside right now. We're getting to like the end of the seasonal. It's been shitty and
everybody's
cold.
kind of in that seasonal depression haze.
Mode,
Everybody's sick of it being cold, sick of it being dark.
Yeah.
So and again, it doesn't matter if the sun's out, because the sun is out today. It's beautiful. It's a blue skies, great day.
It's not that warm.
It's super cold, but
It's not that warm.
you can't sit back and say, well, as soon as it's warm,
Yeah.
well, if it would just be warm, I could be happy. Well, what happens It never gets warm.
It's not warm. Yeah.
What happens if,
Yeah.
you know,
The beat goes on.
what
Yeah.
happens? That's it. What if?
Yeah, the beat.
Okay? So you're willing to spend your entire life miserable because every single little thing didn't fall into place?
Yeah, that would, and
I mean,
think-
how spoiled would that be?
And that's a huge point to finish up on, because
Mm-hmm.
having everything your way, like, who's the company that says they have it your way? Was that Burger King? See, that shows you, it's commercial.
I don't even
Yeah,
know.
it's a commercial,
I'm not
the
even
King, I think, have it your way, right? Or that used to be their slogan. Whatever, anyway. Long story short.
Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger
I
King,
know,
you've already
I'm-
touched
I
on.
got-
You want to throw a Taco
yeah,
Bell?
I'm gonna have a cheat meal today. Get leaner. No, no, that would never happen. I'm going to, you totally made me lose my train of thought. Okay, no, being an adult is not having everything go your way. If you're waiting for everything to go your way, that is a silly, childish fantasy that is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's making the best, it's self-managing, and it's making the best of whatever situation happens to come your way, not waiting for everything for
Yeah.
you to get your way. If I only had enough money, if I only had, we're gonna, if I only had, we're gonna wait to, we're married, but, we're gonna wait to have a baby. We're gonna wait to buy a house. We're gonna, even though you shouldn't buy a house anyway, we're gonna wait to freaking do this. We're gonna wait to do that. Da 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 da. You'll be waiting around forever, and you'll never get anything done.
Well, that's a whole nother.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother topic.
that's a whole nother ball of
But
wax.
yes, stop being spoiled. Stop being a brat. Stop being hateful. Stop being negative. Right? Just cut it all out. Stop it.
You're not talking to me, I hope. Okay. Anyways,
No,
yes.
If you have inner turmoil and you just need to get it out, don't take it out on people. Don't take it out on things. Write about it and then crumple it up and take it out on a piece of paper and rip it up
Yeah.
and then throw it away.
Or take it out on, I got a good idea too.
Right? It's winter
Take it
out.
out on
Everybody
some-
knows. Everybody knows. Right? Let it go.
Take it out on some weights.
Let it go.
Take it out on some weights, man. Bang some iron. That's what I'm talking about. Take it out on a punching bag.
Okay.
Right? Okay, you can journal it too.
Yeah,
But
okay,
a lot
okay,
of people
fair enough,
use it
fair
too.
enough.
Take it out on some weights. Come in here
Yeah.
and deadlift and pull something heavy
Fair enough.
and complete a physical challenge that you didn't think you could do, and you will leave feeling better.
But if you're gonna come in and you're gonna have a shitty attitude and you're gonna take it out on everybody else in the gym
You won't get anything.
and you're gonna bring everybody else down, then that's not gonna work.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Because, I mean, it's just kind of a jerk thing to do.
Yeah, don't bring everybody else down.
Right.
So it's good. Do you think we covered that fairly well enough? We were kind of all over the place, but that's okay.
We're all over the place.
It's all over
We're
the...
always all over the place.
Yeah, because I think that, and when we have a certain way that we want to go in the direction, but then we get
We
off.
ping
We ping
pong
pong, and that's
and-
okay, because this is loose. This isn't a lecture. This isn't like an academic lecture that someone paid for. This is us just rapping on YouTube. So it's good. You got anything else to say?
Leave us comments. Tell us what you think. If you have other ways to let it go and to find your internal positivity, let us know. Open up the conversation. There should be comment boxes down here somewhere. Let us know.
And like and subscribe.
If you like what we're talking about and the way we deliver it, and
Or if you think we're assholes, say that too. That's fine too,
yeah,
because we'll just laugh.
let us know. That's about it.
All right, cool. I'm Ken.
I'm Jen.
We're at the Holistic Revolution Approved Podcast. Thank you so much.